They thought dialing 911 would give them power. They expected backup and sympathy. Instead, it sealed their fate. What starts as entitlement turns into panic as excuses fall apart in real time. These moments do not end with apologies. They end with handcuffs and mugshots. From public meltdowns to criminal charges, this is where control is lost and consequences step in. Let's begin with this 24-year-old woman who loses control after being denied entry into a bar, and what she does next only escalates everything. She was later identified as Sharna Walker, and here is where everything gets serious. She was originally detained that same afternoon after she attended a police station at the force's request. She has now been released on bail with conditions, including not to enter Birmingham. And then came this update. Sharna Walker, 25, was sentenced to 14 weeks in prison after admitting to racially aggravated assault and criminal damage at Birmingham Magistrates Court. She was also ordered to pay £500 in compensation and banned from the Figure of 8 pub for 2 years. This 73-year-old woman was seriously injured during a violent arrest in Colorado after mistakenly leaving Walmart with $13 in unpaid items.
I don't think you want to play it this way. Ma'am, police, stop. You want to stop with lights on, siren? Stop. You just left Walmart. Do you need to be arrested right now? No. Okay. Let's stop. Come on. Come on.
I'm going home. Stop doing that.
No, on the ground. Stay on the ground.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
On the ground. On the ground. On the ground. Bravo 242. After a short struggle, she is now detained. Come on. I am code 4.
Do that.
Why did you do that? I told you to stop. You don't get to act this way. Come on, stay on the ground.
The treatment she endures raises serious questions.
We don't play this game. You understand me? And if you try to kick me, oh, this is gonna be bad.
I'm going home.
Stop.
I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going
Quit.
Ow.
Are you finished?
I'm going home.
Hey, stand up. We're not going to hold you.
Alright, just go to the ground. On the ground.
I'm going home.
On the ground. Why are you doing this?
Watch as a bystander approaches, reacting to what just unfolded.
What's that?
Where's your sergeant?
Huh? Who's my sergeant?
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, I can tell you that. Sergeant Metzler, he's at the police department. You can go talk to him if you have an issue.
Yeah, give me your car so I can put a report.
Okay.
I see you there, how you throw the little kid.
Little kid?
Well, I don't know
He's not
if
a little kid. And this is what happened.
He was just walking, and I see you how you grab him.
Stole from Walmart and refused to stop, refused to listen to lawful orders, and to fight me. This is what happens when you fight the police. I have to use force to safely detain her. That's what this is. This isn't just some random act of aggression.
Oh, well,
I don't know if you realize that.
Yeah, well, the way that I see it from over there, you know, I was like, that's no...
But you see, you don't know the whole situation. That's the thing.
Yeah, you know, but it's like...
But knowing the situation, do you feel differently now?
Oh, yeah. But
That's
you know,
it.
like seeing it from there, that guy just walking.
Yeah, I get that.
Know?
I get that. So when I went to go grab her and talk to her, she started running, leaving, pulling away from me, trying to fight me.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't see it running, you know.
Exactly. So before you go to a snap judgment, you gotta get all the facts.
But right here, she wasn't running.
I get that.
I see her walking right there. You pull over.
I gotta deal with this. You hang tight, okay?
Standing just 10 feet away, officers disregarded Garner's cries and later laughed while reviewing the arrest footage.
I'm here.
Garner was left in a jail cell for over 6 hours. In the first hour alone, security footage shows her calling for help 51 times. These former Loveland police officers, Austin Hopp and Daria Jalali, are now facing serious charges after Garner took the case to federal court. The city of Loveland has agreed to a $3 million settlement with Karen Garner. Ironically, the one time the person isn't being a Karen, she's actually named Karen. Anyway, resolving her federal lawsuit tied to her June 2020 arrest by Loveland police. While the civil case is ending without an admission of liability, 2 former officers still face criminal charges. The consequences followed quickly. All 3 officers resigned, and Hopp and Jalali were later charged. According to reports, Austin Hopp was sentenced to 5 years in prison, plus 3 years of parole after pleading guilty to felony assault. Remaining charges were dropped as part of the plea deal. Daria Jalali, the second officer to respond, pleaded guilty to failure to intervene and was sentenced to 45 days in jail, 36 months of probation, and 250 hours of community service. She was also ordered to undergo a mental health evaluation, avoid contact with the Garner family, and maintain at least 35 hours of employment per week. Fast food restaurants see plenty of chaos, but this one stood out. In 2023, this Karen erupted inside of a Chipotle over a burrito she claimed looked disgusting. She was later identified as Rosemary Hain. At first, she was slated to pay a fine and serve 180 days in jail with 90 days suspended. But then, the judge had another idea.
Do you want to walk in her shoes for 2 months and learn how people should treat people, or do you want to do your jail time?
I'd like to walk in her shoes.
She agreed to a judge's offer to reduce her sentence by 60 days by working 20 hours a week at a fast food restaurant for 2 months. Hey, you know what? I think that's a fitting punishment. Can we do more things like that? Like you get what you give kind of thing? Most celebrity scandals make headlines for dramatic reasons. This one left people questioning why it happened at all.
I don't have it, and so what happened?
Okay.
I didn't buy it.
On the
It's not a
video, it
keychain.
shows that you were here yesterday. It shows that you purchased 2 bottles of cologne, and it shows you took a keychain from the display case.
Okay, this is the keychain. I didn't.
And as they were bringing you up,
It's just this. It's the iPod holder.
I know, but as they were bringing up the cologne, it's
No.
the
I
keychain.
looked at the iPod holder, but it didn't fit, so I didn't buy it.
Well, you walked out with it because they didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well,
Can you ask them if they can look around to see if it fell in it? Because it's really small. It doesn't fit.
Apparently, they don't
That's
have
why.
it, and you walked out with it.
No, I didn't.
And then you came back again to the store, and that's when they recognized you.
Right, I came back
Yes,
and
sir.
said I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
That's why I came back. If I did something wrong, why would I come back?
That's what happened. So you walked out, when you came back today,
It's not,
they recognized
let
you.
me tell you, it's not a keychain.
So what is it then? You got a keychain. What is it?
It's a AirPod holder.
No, on the video, there's no the only AirPod holder that I see.
Oh my God!
Is your
That's the
AirPod
only
holder.
thing no, that's the one. It's silver. That's the only thing I looked at while I'm waiting for
That
them
was
to
not a
bring me
silver
up.
AirPod.
It's an AirPod holder. I don't need any keychain. It's not a keychain.
Keychain.
Oh my God! I don't know how to tell you.
It was
It's
very-
an AirPod holder.
I didn't find it on you. Let me check your bag, and I couldn't find it.
Right.
A keychain item.
You know what? I'm rich. I have money. So if they want to pay it, fine. But it's not a keychain. It doesn't fit this. I took it out. Why don't you look at the camera carefully? I took it out.
I get it.
I put it in. So did you see me putting it in?
No, I see you check at the iPod.
Right.
You're looking at the keychain.
So put it in there.
In her defense, she claimed she was too wealthy to steal such a cheap item.
Put the keychain in there?
To test this to see if it fit.
Right. But
It's
the
not
keychain-
a keychain. I'm a fashion designer. I know. It's not a keychain.
So what was it then?
It's an AirPod holder.
No.
It's an AirPod case. Call Gucci and ask them. It's an AirPod
They
case.
swear it was a keychain. It's valued at $330.
It's not. That's it?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
a Gucci keychain. It's not cheap.
That is cheap. That is really cheap.
Okay.
I buy stuff for like thousands of dollars. Okay, this Chanel purse is $7,000. Okay, it's not a keychain. It's an AirPod holder. How can I tell you?
Come on.
It's an AirPod holder. Believe me.
Gucci? Huh? They got the whole video at Gucci, the whole thing. They reported videos on
Can you tell them?
That's the tracking number?
Yeah, that's the tracking number.
And I don't have
They
it.
reported
Seriously,
earlier,
maybe
and then a little while later she shows up. 000123.
it's an AirPod holder. I don't know why you keep saying it's a keychain. It's not a keychain. It's an AirPod
The OP
holder.
guy got his number and his name if you need it. That's the loss prevention.
Oh, is he over there now?
Yeah, the officer's there now.
This is when officers turned to Gucci for answers.
You guys reported it online yesterday?
Today.
Where is it exactly that she was standing and like can I see the video? I know you guys showed it already. And what was the item?
It was a AirPod.
Ah, okay, that's what she's saying. Oh, sweet. Keychain AirPod over there. Did you submit the video by chance?
Yes, I submitted the video.
Oh, gotcha.
So she's gonna come up.
She's arguing if it's a keychain or an AirPod.
No, it's a keychain AirPod.
It's an AirPod holder. So
Semantics edition.
same thing. Right there. So it slides underneath her wallet. Yeah. Just keeps it here. And go forward. She never brings it back out. She never put it back. I know for every account that we went to. Walks over, kept him distracted. Get him all flustered. We walk forward. She keeps going around 308. I can show you that. She walks out. She's gonna go down, show him the fragrance, and then puts it back. Still has the holder, and then she walks. I can show you she walking out at 308.
At no point she attempted to pay for the item.
Nope. Nope. And then just walk.
Faced with overwhelming evidence, the self-proclaimed wealthy Karen is arrested.
Listen, you don't have any contraband hidden anywhere on your person, in your body, anything like that?
No.
That you may have forgotten about? Contraband, illegal narcotics, any hidden weapons, makeup, anything like that?
I'm not a criminal.
Oh, I understand that. I just give everybody the same warning because once you get to the Orange County Jail, if you introduce any contraband, it's a felony.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I don't know what you do. Oh my God, this is crazy. I've never had this before.
Which way?
I still have my headset on my ear. Is that okay?
Yeah, they'll put it
I
in your
just
pocket.
realized it. I don't have a pocket.
At your property.
Oh,
At the jail.
okay.
Put it in your
Yeah,
property.
it's just a headset. Not a big deal. Wait, can I switch my shirt? Alright, you just go onto that car?
When you get to the jail, they'll have you change out, so you don't have to worry about
I see.
that. They'll give you clothes to wear temporarily.
Even though it's for like an
Yeah,
hour?
everybody has to change out.
Even though it's an hour.
Let me go get my car. Yeah.
Court records indicate Linda Trong Dai Lee faces a misdemeanor theft charge for items valued between $100 and $750, with bail set at $1,000. What begins as a neighborhood dispute quickly spirals. This Karen accuses her neighbors of running an illegal dog daycare and threatens legal action and arrests.
Knocking on our back door. We don't know you from Adam.
Back door.
You can. I don't care.
I know.
You're stupid as.
Ew.
You're running a doggy illegal.
Shut the up.
Oh, illegal doggy daycare. So, you're running an illegal.
Go ahead.
This is residential. This is not.
You don't even own this house.
A neighbor tried to de-escalate, but Karen chose chaos.
Are you speaking to me? Which one of us are you speaking to?
I believe I'm speaking to you, ma'am.
Because I'm brown? Do I like her because she's brown? I said I wanted to make sure everybody was okay. I think I asked you. That's not true. You're the first person I said, are you okay? You just stared there and looked at me.
You asked her if she's okay.
No, I asked you first.
Down in our goddamn
Okay, I just asked you.
Knocking on our back.
But what you
so
just
you
said.
don't listen to me because I'm white.
No, it's not true. You crazy.
She's one of these.
Next came the landlord, and things went downhill fast.
You better get out of here. I won't. As soon as possible. Get out.
Get the out of here.
Karma followed quickly. Her husband was arrested on outstanding warrants, and the landlord eventually evicted them. After paying only $50 of a $425 bill at Shogun Sushi and Sake Bar on May 29, 2024, Lucas Healy attempted to leave. When staff stopped him outside, he assaulted co-owner Su Wen-Zhang. The full video will not be shown, but take a look as he's just been held accountable. Off camera, Healy struck the co-owner, knocking him out and slamming his head onto the sidewalk. The impact caused a traumatic brain injury that required emergency surgery, and doctors say he narrowly survived. Healy has since been sentenced to 22 years in prison. The full list of charges is detailed in the court hearing.
For all the aforementioned reasons, I sentence the defendant on the first count, robbery in the first degree, to a determined period of incarceration of 22 years in the New York State Department of Corrections with 5 years post-release supervision. I'll assess the mandatory surcharge of $300, the crime victim assistance fee of $25, and the DNA data bank fee of $50. If you're unable to pay those amounts, sir, those will be deducted from inmate funds during the period of your incarceration. On the second count, assault, or it was the third count of the indictment, but the second count that the defendant was convicted of, assault in the first degree, I sentenced the defendant to 22 years determinate incarceration in the New York State Department of Corrections with 5 years post-release supervision. I'll waive the fines, fees, and surcharges as a result of the defendant being assessed them on the robbery in the first degree count. On his conviction on robbery in the second degree, I sentenced the defendant to 15 years determinate incarceration. By the way, the sentence on the assault in the first degree will run concurrent with, at the same time, by operation of law, with the robbery in the first degree sentence. Robbery in the second degree, I sentenced the defendant to 15 years determinate incarceration with 5 years post-release supervision. That, again, by operation of law, will run concurrent with the sentences previously meted out. I'll also note that the defendant has been convicted on a misdemeanor assault in the third degree count. I'll sentence the defendant to the maximum of 1 year. However, again, by operation of law, that will run concurrently with any of the sentences the defendant serves on the felony convictions. All those sentences, if it's not clear, will run concurrently, effectively a 22-year sentence with 5 years post-release supervision. I'll also order the orders of protection as requested by the people. What's the expiration date on those people based on the court sentence?
May 29th of 2047.
What used to be seen as adult behavior is now appearing in teens. After posting a racist video on social media, 2 high school boys were forced to face the consequences of their actions.
There are n***ers everywhere. They ran out of chicken because
Huma Police Department released a statement saying, after being posted to social media, the video spread quickly, prompting authorities to launch an investigation. As a result, 2 students were charged with inciting a riot, hate crimes, and cyberbullying. The investigation remains ongoing and emphasized that this type of behavior will not be tolerated. Living next to a racist Karen is already a nightmare. That nightmare escalated when she arrived wielding a hammer and went on a full-blown rampage outside of a neighbor's home.
And I got you on video that you're destroying my car. Thank you.
Get the out of this neighborhood.
Yep. Cool, lady.
Call, please.
I'm calling. Don't worry.
You could have told us. Hi, I'm at because my neighbor has 2 cameras in her goddamn hand and she's assaulting the car.
She's destroying property. Let them know that.
Enough was enough, and the response was immediate.
You got a problem? Is there a problem, mother? You put your mother on me again. Tell me to go to understand me? So you your car and you think that's cute, but it ain't. Becky, mother racist. You racist mother. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. You understand me? Do you understand me?
The hammer caught attention, but her mouth caused the arrest. She was charged with destruction of property. In Florida, a woman claimed her boyfriend, Jorge Torres Jr., got into a suitcase during a drunken game of hide-and-seek at their Winter Park home in February 2020. She said she fell asleep thinking he could escape. Investigators later proved that was not true. Let's start with the body cam footage from the following day.
Yeah, you calling Rich working?
What's going on?
So
I just got here, so fill me in.
No problem. Like, he and I were putting a puzzle together. We've been doing some artwork together.
You are putting a puzzle together?
Yes, we have a puzzle that we started in there.
Okay.
We've been doing art, trying to take the stuff off the wall to make new art put up there, like having a good time with one another. But we're drinking. We had a bottle of wine last night.
Okay. Fine.
So then it's like, we decided to play hide and seek, right?
Okay.
So he gets in the suitcase. Okay.
Who is this guy?
That's my ex-husband, my former husband.
How did he live here with you guys?
No, I called him over here.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So then he came over here.
Here, let's talk in private, okay?
I called you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I tried giving him CPR. The problem is I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
When did you do CPR?
This morning, when I found him.
Before you called?
Yes!
It's 1 o'clock right now.
I tried. I was awake, but I actually got out of the bed at like 12:30ish, whatever. So I came downstairs, and I was like, oh, he's in the suitcase still. And that's when I found him, and I took him out, and I tried doing CPR, and then I called him, and then I called you guys.
Did he get here before the fire department got here?
Who?
Your husband? Or
Yes.
your ex-husband?
Yes.
Okay.
Attention shifts as the sheriff begins pressing the ex-husband.
You've been following your ex-wife or current wife?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Ex-wife. We've
Okay.
been divorced about a year and a half. About 11:30 is when I started calling to find out, because this is supposed to be her day to call her child.
Okay.
She's generally not very good about always doing it. She tends to drink.
They called back and said she was still there, or she came back.
So I was calling to find out if she was going to be getting him or not today.
From school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I started calling like 11:30, called every half hour or so, and then
She was back inside the lobby.
finally got a hold of her at 12:49, which is when she told me what was going on and if I'd come over here. So I came over.
She called at 12:45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or 12:49.
12:49.
Got over here, told her she needed to call 911, get somebody over here, and then basically she said she needed to go outside, have a drink and a cigarette. I walked back out the house because I didn't really want to
Who
be
called?
there.
Did you call or did she call?
Well, I called. She called me back when I was on my way to make sure I was coming over. But I called her
Give me 1
initially.
second, okay?
When asked to repeat her story, her response raises questions.
So, you've had a second to kind of collect yourself. Tell it to me again. You guys were playing last night, drinking a bottle of wine.
Putting puzzles together, doing artwork.
Doing puzzles, artwork. Okay.
Had a bottle of wine, and then decided to play hide and seek. So he.
What time was that? Do you remember?
I mean, I know that I was in bed probably by like what, 12:30.
Okay.
Well, I went upstairs at least, and I fell asleep.
Okay.
Forgetting that he was
So
in
you
the
guys
suitcase.
were playing the hide and go seek.
Yes.
And at some point you put him in the suitcase?
No, he got in the suitcase. So he thought it would be funny to be put in the suitcase. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to joke with you and I'll zip you up and make him, squirm a little bit, whatever it is. But then I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Where was the suitcase?
Right where it is.
Right down there?
Yes.
You zipped him in there?
Yes.
Thought he would be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep at?
Upstairs.
In your bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally forgetting that he was in the suitcase still.
Okay. And then you came back downstairs?
This morning? Or this afternoon, yes, when I got up.
Ballpark, what time?
12:30-ish. I was awake, but I totally forgot that he was in the suitcase. He can tell you there's a lot of things that we have been going through. Jobs.
Yeah, he did tell me.
Life, all that good stuff. So I just totally forgot.
So you began to do CPR on him?
Yes. Yes.
About
And he
what time
gurgled,
this morning
like
did you
he
start
gurgled.
doing that CPR?
No, it was the afternoon. It was the afternoon because I was awake. But then I finally decided to come downstairs at like 12:30-ish, whatever it is. And I was like, I forgot he was in the suitcase. and he wasn't moving, nothing was happening, so I unzipped it, took him out and started doing CPR on him.
The scene shifts as detectives arrive.
All right, sir. My name's Chelsea. My partner Scott. It's my understanding you reside here.
Yes.
Okay. Is it just you?
And George.
Okay.
And I have a 9-year-old. It's 50-50 with Brian, my former husband.
Your former husband. Okay. But you reside here with George, and then your son lives with you, or lives there? It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay. So from what has told me, she explained last night that you guys were drinking a bottle of wine, and around midnight, you decided you guys.
12:30ish, yeah.
Okay. You guys decided to play hide and seek.
Well, we were playing hide and seek, and then
Was your son home at the time, or
no.
okay?
No, with my with Brian.
Okay.
Decided to play. We're just stupid like that. Like, sure. We were putting puzzles together. We were doing artwork. You can see the puzzle that we finished in there, and then the artwork, and then decided to play hide and seek, just being stupid.
Okay.
So he decided to get in the suitcase. So I thought it would be funny to, and he was laughing about it too, to zip him up in there. I go upstairs and fell asleep. So this morning or this afternoon when I actually got up out of the bed, I thought for sure he was downstairs on the laptop because he was being really quiet. But then I came downstairs and I'm like, where is he? Like, and then that's when I found it.
Anxiety sets in as her version starts falling apart.
While we're here, nothing's going to happen to you. Before we go and make any notifications, you'll have plenty of time to leave or do what you need to do. Whatever you need to do, okay? And we can talk about that more in length, but yeah, it's not going to be a surprise.
Real quick, and then, but like, I don't, like, this was totally, like, not intentional. Like, that's what I'm scared about too, like.
She was taken into custody and pleaded not guilty to second-degree murder. After years of delays, her trial finally began in late 2024, stretching over 10 days that would decide her future. What follows is her chilling reenactment of how the suitcase was closed.
It's not over there? Where did you leave?
You asked me where I zipped it.
When you say that it was zipped shut, show us.
Are you talking about how I zipped it, or?
When you're done zipping it shut and he's inside of it, where are the zipper components?
Just tell me what it's at.
I mean, it was the corner. I mean, it's the corner was kept open. I mean, it's not. Yes, this one was we pretty much. Yes. From what I can remember, that's how he was coming with his hand out. It was like this from the corner part.
Okay. Thank you. You can return your...
The video is too disturbing to show, but it tells a very different story. Prosecutors say it captures Sarah Boone laughing while her boyfriend begs for help. What matters most is the evidence you're about to hear in court.
And so once he was zipped into there, there's some amount of time, but you don't remember specifically before you start taking the 2-minute video, correct?
Yes.
And then that's when you say what you say, and that's when he says what he says. We've all heard it, correct?
Yes.
And then between there and that second video of the 22 seconds length, it's at this point where he's beginning to get angry, and then that's when you take the baseball bat that's in evidence, and your testimony is start poking him with the end of it.
Did you say this was the second video?
Between the two videos, that's when you started hitting him with the bat because he was getting angry and trying to escape, correct?
Right, I was not hitting him, yes.
Okay. Did you ever hit him with the bat while he was outside of the suitcase?
No.
So each time that he is hit with the bat, it's through this suitcase. And that's what leaves the marks on him because you didn't hit him with the bat outside of the suitcase, correct?
Yes, if you'd like me to demonstrate.
No, that's okay. The suitcase will speak for itself. And then you take the second video and you go upstairs and go to bed, correct?
I apparently went upstairs and I used the phone to make a phone call.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
All right. And at the point in time when you left and went upstairs, he was still inside the suitcase, correct?
Correct.
Was he still asking for you and calling your name?
Not that I can recall.
Did you say shh to him again?
I don't remember.
Did you tell him that this was his problem and it's on you again?
Don't remember.
Did you do anything to help him escape from the predicament that you zipped him up in?
Moments before sentencing, she speaks one final time.
As he and I used to say that we were one soul split into two bodies. This is not just for a moment. It may be for everyone in this courtroom, but when I leave, this is forever. When you all leave, that this is forever. This is forever for everyone here and those who it matters to most. I am one of those who will experience this forever. I'm sorry. Words do not define my shame, and I don't know what else it is that I can say and convey to the Torres family how this happened. The ifs and whys and how really don't matter. It happened, and I'm sorry. Words cannot describe. And I hope that everyone can forgive me, the Torres family most of all, and his daughters, because I know what he meant to them. And I don't think that anybody ever understood what he meant to me and I to him. And I ask for forgiveness.
Certain she would win at trial, she turned down a 15-year plea deal. What followed was not the outcome she expected. Justice moved quickly, and the consequence became far more severe. Watch as the reality of her decision sets in.
The court has had the opportunity to review the evidence and testimony that was presented at trial. The victim impact statements presented here today, the statements of character witnesses, both orally and in writing, Dr. Harper's report and testimony, the defendant's testimony, pre-sentencing investigation, the arguments of the state and the arguments of the defense. Court pronounces sentence as follows. Ms. Boone, court sentences you to life in the Department of Corrections with credit time served that Madam Clerk will provide to you momentarily.
These moments were not accidents. They were choices. Choices that led to over 27 years behind bars, a life sentence, and more than $3 million in fines, bail, and settlements. Public meltdowns became permanent records, and brief moments of entitlement turned into consequences that will last forever. If you're not ready to stop watching yet, the next story begins now. Go ahead, tempt fate, and see how fast everything can unravel.